we are here to investigate the site of one of Greene County, Pennsylvania's most notorious massacres. We are getting ready to go up and set up some equipment up by the rock in these trees to see if we can make communication with anyone.
Are any of the Crow sisters here?
The Crow sisters' names are still carved into this rock. That was a very quiet woman's voice that just came through.
Let's make our way down the lane here and up to the rock and see what kind of things we can stumble upon.
We're gonna put on a show. How about that? Only one sister survived. Can you step over past me where I am right now?
Somebody was talking and trying to get a message through there. Can you come back through?
Choked.
All right, Ryan, here we are in rural Greene County, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, this is a very fascinating place. Steve found out about it years ago, and we've been wanting to come here and investigate for a long time. But before we get into that, I wanted to mention that this is a perfect place for us to film and investigate for one of the videos that we're going to release while we are running around Adelaide, Australia. So remember, everyone watching, this video is being edited and put together by Connor Biddle of Paranormal Encounters TV series. So remember to head over there and subscribe to their channel and send them some love, because Connor's doing us a huge favor by editing these videos, because we are so busy right now running around Australia. But we hope you're ready for all those episodes, because they are going to be coming up in the following months. But today, we are here to investigate the site of one of Greene County, Pennsylvania's most notorious massacres. Back in May of 1791, 4 sisters, a part of the Crow family, were coming home from visiting a sickly neighbor, and they decided to stop 1 mile from home, right here in this creek, where they were playing, swimming. All of these girls were between the ages of 10 and 16, and they had no idea at that point, but from up here on this hill behind a rock, there were 3 men watching them. Now, their brother Michael came to join them for a little while and even offered to take one of the youngest sisters home, but after he left, that is when these 3 men came in to attack. There were 2 native warriors and 1 man named Spicer, and they came down, grabbed the girls, pulled them up into the trees where no one could see them, interrogated them, looking for information on settlers' villages. And it was up there in those trees that 3 of the 4 girls were murdered. But do you want to talk about that when we get up there, Dave?
Yeah, I do. Let's make our way down the lane here and up to the rock and see what kind of things we can stumble upon.
Now, the thing that I find so fascinating about this is, like, I can see the rock from right here on the road where they would be walking to get home, but if there was someone hiding behind that rock, I would have no idea. And that kind of makes you feel a little uneasy if you even put yourselves into the shoes of the Crow sisters, or even just in the shoes of yourself walking through here, to look up on that hill and to see that rock and to say, I would have no idea that if there was someone up there watching me right now. It's just eerie, it's creepy.
It is very eerie, and it's fall right now, obviously, and you can still barely see the rock. I can imagine in May, when things are starting to grow and everything, that it would be even harder.
Yes.
And this is a family, I don't know if maybe they had a curse or something, but this same exact family, I believe it was like 10 or 20 years prior, had another attack by Native Americans, and 2 of their brothers were killed in that.
Yeah, back then, every single piece of land was fought over vigorously, and it was like a war zone everywhere around here back in those settlers' times. The natives felt like they were defending their land that they had been living on for generations, and these settlers thought that they had this land that they had settled and colonized, and they were battling over it, and there were casualties. It's just very unfortunate that those casualties had to include teenage and preteen girls.
Yeah.
Because that is just uncalled for, in my opinion. There's no reason to be killing these young girls. So as soon as we round this bend right up here and we go up through this pathway, it's gonna take us up to where the rock is perched, and it's gonna kind of show us of where Spicer and the 2 natives were actually crouched behind, watching all 5 of them play in the creek, and then the brother left and then left the 4. And it was once the brother had left and the defenseless children were by themselves that they struck and they attacked.
It was reported that the brother was on horse, so he was able to get away, and they actually tried to catch up with him and make him, you know, a victim as well. But I guess where he was on horse, he was just able to get far enough ahead.
Yeah.
And escape.
Crow Rock Massacre, May the 1st, 1791. 4 of the Crow sisters walking to the adjacent farm were attacked by Indians and a renegade. This rock reportedly served as a hiding place for the attackers. Only 1 sister survived. The marker is right here, but the rock is actually over here, which you can see right on the edge here. And apparently the Crow sisters' names are still carved into this rock. Wow. And this would be the perfect vantage point from up here to see over and down into this little ravine where the road runs through. And if they're quiet enough, the Crow sisters, the one brother, they're not gonna have any idea that they were up here, but it was actually, I believe, up in these trees that they pulled the 4 girls. And as the story goes, when they were attacked, one of the sisters was immediately hit in the head with a tomahawk. And Christina started to run, and as she tried to run, one of the attackers hit her in the back of the head with the butt of his gun, knocking her to the ground. Now the attacker thought she was unconscious, so he immediately went over and started to finish killing her sister. While he walked away, that is when Christina jumped up and took off running again and was able to make it back to the farm. Christina was the only sister out of the 3 that survived.
And also reports that one of them was able to crawl over to the creek for water, but she ended up passing away because her skull and stuff was exposed. And she had to have died right over here in this area next to the creek, so.
It's just a tragedy. It's so sad to realize that these young children who really didn't have anything to do with the squabbles of the people who were trying to interrogate them and attacking them ended up being caught in the crossfire of this battle between the settlers and the natives. And maybe their energy is still left behind here. People have reported that this is a very common hotspot for paranormal activity. People have heard horses riding through here. People have heard footsteps. People have been touched. People have had their hair pulled. People have even been scratched by an unseen force here at Crow Rock. And maybe while we're here, we'll come in contact with whatever energy is left behind from that horrible event. Because even if their spirits aren't here, an event like that, a tragedy like that, it's bound to leave a stain on this land.
Absolutely.
It is going to be a very interesting investigation for us to bring some of the equipment up here to see what we pick up here at the Crow Rock Massacre site. Are you ready?
Yeah, I think this is going to be a really exciting one for sure. I'm interested to get all of our equipment together, get it brought up here, get it turned on, and see if we can make communication with any of the Crow sisters, or maybe Spicer, or maybe the Native Americans themselves.
Maybe. We'll see who's here. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, so the sun has fallen behind the hills here. We are getting ready to go up and set up some equipment up by the rock in these trees to see if we can make communication with anyone, whether it be the Crow sisters, whether it be their attackers, maybe some other entity resides in these woods, in these trees up here.
And we did just get done talking to somebody who lives on the original Crow farm. All of this is still the Crow farm. And he did tell us that the rock has been pulled up this hill, and it originally sat right over here behind me. So you ready to grab our stuff and head on up?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's grab our stuff and head on up there to the rock and see what we can get.
Let's go.
Let's go. Gonna have to stay on the path and not walk through the leaves because it's obnoxiously loud.
It's nice and crunchy out here.
It sure is. I might leave this sit on the rock too.
The ghost tube?
Yeah. Okay. And you can see the music box doesn't work right here. Okay. Come on now. Okay, let me make sure. So you can see when I pass in front of the music box, it's working. It is reflecting off of the rock there, so. Can you step over past me where I am right now? Make that stop playing. Step over this way for me. So the music doesn't play anymore.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Could be a false. Let me just move it just in case. Because I think
what about them in between those? Well, I don't know.
Let me put this right here.
Just put it on that stump. If it'll stay.
Okay.
All right, so we rearranged a few things.
We thought that was very strange how it responded to us and stopped making the music set off whenever I said
What is
stop.
that?
If you can hear me, we're here to talk to you. My name is Ryan. This is Dave. We just want to learn your story and what happened to you. We have some stuff that you can use to let us know you're here. And if you step in front of that little box that I just sat over by the rock and you stand in front of it, it'll play music, just like a music box, like the ones you would wind up, but this one will actually play the song whenever you stand there. And then up there on the rock, there are a couple of boxes with red and green lights. If you get close to it, the lights will turn on. If you try and touch it, the lights will turn on. And it'll make noise. Same thing with this little guy down here. Does the same thing. If you touch that silver stick, it'll light up and it'll make noise. I know this is probably very strange to you because you lived in a time really before there was electricity, but we heard lots of stories about you and your family. We heard your brothers also were murdered, and you three, Susie, Elizabeth, and Catherine, were murdered.
We were told they hid behind these rocks here and surprise attacked you. Is that true? This happened to you on May 1st, 1791. It's now October 28th, 2022.
Frightened.
Frightened. Did they scare you?
We're also willing to talk to Spicer if he is here. Or the two natives that were a part of the attack. I know you probably don't speak English. Probably wouldn't understand what we were saying, or maybe you do, I don't know.
So look, if you can understand us, whomever is here, you can communicate back to us by getting close to these, like that. Same thing with this one. And it's right here, right where your names are carved into the rock. Would you be willing to try and touch one of those to let us know you're here?
Agreed.
Okay, try it. It's very quiet.
If anyone is here that wants to speak to me, I have a box in my hand that you can come up to and try and speak as loud as you can so that we can hear your voice and send us a message.
Whoa.
Who was that? What did you just say? Can you repeat yourself but be a little bit clearer, a little bit louder for us? What's your name? My name is Ryan. This is Dave. Can you tell us yours?
Tell us your name, please.
I couldn't make out what that said, but that was definitely a younger woman's voice.
That was weird.
The two voices we've heard have been women's, like female voices.
Mm-hmm. Are any of the Crow sisters here? What happened to you here?
Choked.
GhostTube just said something.
It did.
I'm not sure what it said. But it's weird that it said more since we've walked away than it did when we were standing up there.
Yeah.
If Spicer's here, and you're still by that rock or attached to that rock, are you watching us right now? Are you watching us like you did the Crow sisters before you killed them?
I'm down here next to the water where you were at when it happened. Can you come out and talk to me, please? I'd love if you could come out and talk to us. Let us know what happened, please. Somebody got hit with a tomahawk. Who was that?
Did you hear that?
Goodbye.
What'd you hear?
I thought I heard like leaves moving down this hill, like someone had like slid down the hill.
Are you coming down the hill?
I mean, it is, we're outside. It could have been anything, but it was just very weird because it was eerily silent there for the longest time.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I hear crunch, slide. I'm like, whoa. Is this place still hold energy? Does this place still hold the souls of those who died or of those that committed the crime?
How old were you when this happened to you?
Might just be one of those places. There's a lot of the lore, a lot of the folklore. A lot of times you hear stories of places that are haunted, places that hold energy. And it's hard to tell. We've been here all afternoon now. And the sun is getting ready to set. Who knows? We haven't experienced really anything paranormal that we know of unless we captured something that we're not aware of yet. The energy of the girls may not be here. You would hope not. I mean, that was what, centuries ago? What'd you say? 230 some years ago that happened?
Yeah.
And maybe the energy has a shelf life. Maybe their spirits are no longer here and they've moved on, and that mark on the land left behind by that tragedy after all of this time, after the centuries that it has been since, maybe that energy has faded.
It is possible. And you know, like from the articles that we were able to read, this is a place where paranormal investigators frequent. So, you know, maybe throughout the times that they've been here, maybe they've helped the spirits move on. And maybe they are no longer here. Maybe they're at peace. And that's one of the reasons why we come out and test these local lores and legends. And yeah, I mean, this actually happened here, but you know, like come out and test it, put it to the test. And, you know, that's how we end up finding if places are haunted or not, is you have to go out and check for yourselves. And
yeah, you can't just rely on what others tell you. You have to go out and see these places for yourself, experience it yourself. But as far as energies go, I mean, this place is creepy, it's eerie, the story is eerie, but I've not felt any energy or presence since we arrived today.
No, the history here is pure insanity of what happened, and it's cool that the whole Crow family farm is still here, and the family cemetery is still up there, and maybe, hopefully, they're not here anymore.
I would hope not. Hopefully they're at peace or they're with their family, who have all passed on since then. Of course, naturally.
Oh yeah.
Because that was over 200 years ago. If they're still alive, we got problems.
Yeah.
Vampires!
I want some of what they're eating.
But, I don't know, maybe we should give it another session up by the rock to see what happens, but let's stop for a second and regroup and see what we can think up of a way that we can put this place really to the test before we head out.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. We're here to talk to anyone who's attached to this land or this rock right here. There are names written on this rock as a memorial to 3 young girls who passed away that were brutally murdered on this property. Are you here? They made a beautiful memorial for you girls here. And it's because of that that you live on. Your energy may not be here anymore. Your spirit may not be here anymore. Or maybe it is, I don't know. But either way, your legacy, your energy, and your memory lives on, not just through your entire family, but possibly all over the world now, because your story has spread so far. There'll be a lot of people that will watch this video that we're recording right now, which you wouldn't even know what that would mean because you obviously have no idea what a video is. We're gonna put on a show, how about that? There's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna watch it that wanna know about you and how you feel and where you are and if you can live on after death. Can you tell us that?
What?
I don't know, I gotta turn that up and see what that said. That was a very quiet woman's voice that just came through the...
Yeah. Spicer, are you here?
Spicer, if you're here, can you do this? Just like that.
Somebody was talking and trying to get a message through there. Can you come back through? Any of the Crow sisters? We're gonna get ready and go here in a minute. We just wanted to try and talk to you, so please come out and say something.
Or touch that. Or that.
Hear that?
Or knock that over.
Can you try and touch one of those noisemakers for us? I don't even feel anything here, man.
No. It's interesting because we got this comment from someone a couple weeks ago. They just happened to type out and ask. Oh, I remember who it was now, but I'm not gonna say who it is, but they just asked very politely, have we ever come across somewhere that isn't haunted? Basically asking is why, do we capture activity everywhere we go? Maybe every episode that they see us capturing activity. Well, this is a good example. I mean, if anything, seeing this video will show you that just because you're going ghost hunting doesn't mean you're gonna get something. And sometimes it's the experience of learning the history and experiencing not just the possible paranormal energy of the place, but the historical energy of some place that will lead you to want to continue to do it. Because even if we didn't capture anything here tonight, just sitting here and seeing this rock and knowing this rock saw a horrendous murder and a massacre and that 3 poor innocent girls lost their life near this area here is just an interesting, creepy, and one-of-a-kind unique experience that you just can't get every day.
Yeah, and us making this video here is keeping the history of this alive, whether or not we get paranormal activity or not.
Yes, it will.
Yes, it will.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and end this video here. We want to thank you guys for watching all the way to the end. We appreciate it. It helps more than you know. Huge shout out to Connor for editing this for us because it is a huge lifesaver. We didn't have enough time to film full length. Give me 1 second. They're gonna keep interrupting me. But yeah, now that I got that turned off there, we wanted to thank Connor for editing this video for us. We were worried going to Australia would mean that we would not be able to upload any content, and even though this isn't our normal full-length episode upload schedule, we hope you guys are enjoying these shorter, more concise videos and enjoying the history behind some of these amazing locations. So remember, go subscribe to Paranormal Encounters to thank him for his work on editing this video, and put that down in the comments, or leave a comment about anything that you would like to see us investigate or anything that you noticed within this video that maybe we missed. As well as, if you're here and you watched all the way to the end, thank you so much. Hit that like button and share this video with your friends and family. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on bell notifications because we've got a lot more videos coming your way. We're gonna have months worth of content from our trip to Australia of us exploring some of the most haunted places on the continent of Australia. And we would love if you all would come along for the ride by joining the Paranormal Quest family. Until next time, guys, stay safe, and we will see you in the next adventure on our Paranormal Quest.
Yes, we will.
Bye.
All right, guys, so we just wanted to explain real quick that while we are in Australia, we don't have time to film, edit, and upload episodes while we're gone. So, like Ryan said, Connor has been nice enough to edit these together for us. But we just want you to support these little videos the same way that you would the normal episodes. That way, when we get back from Australia, you'll be ready for the new episodes, and our channel won't have completely died and you guys didn't forget about us. So we hope that you will support these little videos as much as the normal ones, and we will see you next time.
It's only a month, people!
It's only a month.